we determine what we think. If you think negatively, then the world feels negative to you. If you think lack, the world feels less to you. But if you think that the world is so much bigger and there's so much out there, there's so much wealth and there's so much prosperity, then you start to feel those things around you. You start to see it. And that comes from awareness. I remember writing that down the other day. Like, I think if there's something I would wish to anyone, it would be awareness. Awareness is like very is very powerful, and I feel like to get there, you got to get to a point where you're your best self, like mentally. Like you're mentally sharp, because the sharper, the stronger the mental, the more clarity you get on life, the more you see things, right? You see all the great things about it. A person who's not, then they don't quite see you. They can't even, like, even when you compliment them, like, yo, you look great. They don't even know how to take it, because mentally they don't feel like that about themselves. So that's why it matters to be very sharp mentally. But I'm gonna look for where I wrote this, that about awareness, because it really matters. I wake up at night, and I have all these thoughts in my head, and I'm like, I'm gonna write them down. I'm gonna write them down because it's exactly how I feel. And every time I write them down, I feel so much empowered. I feel very charged. Like, I feel very good about it. And it says, you've got to be the best, right? You've got to be your best. And not just the best, but your best self, right? Because the game, right? What game? I'm talking about, like life in itself. Life is a game. The game of life is to be aware, and to be fully aware, you have to be your best self. Meaning, you have to take good care of yourself. You have to, exercise. You have to eat good. You have to spend a lot of time, reading quality information. You got to spend your time with quality people, especially when you're idle, like when you're bored and don't have nothing to do. That's the best time to do that. That's the best time. Listen to something empowering. It's a lot of times what we see, especially on social media, is like, things that are very distracting, or it be so much stuff going on. It be gossip. It be this things that has nothing to do with you. And then you feed yourself that, you feed your mind that all the time, and you start thinking like that, and you just kind of like lose grasp of the things that actually do matter. Um, uh, there's something to be definitely conscious about, the things you spend your time looking at, listening to. Um, it always sounds very, it always sounds very, it always sounds very, oh, it's not that deep, but it is deep. It's actually deeper than you think. Like the things you consume, just from looking at it, watching it, just listening to it, oh man, it definitely impacts who you are. But let me get back to what you were saying. It says,